Thanks, Sean. Here's what's happening in the world of sports. The Cubs are back in the World Series for the first time in a long time. They haven't won since 12 years before Prohibition was repealed. And the last time they were just in the World Series, 1945, gas was 15 cents a gallon. The NBA didn't exist yet. The Mets wouldn't exist for 17 years. World War II had just ended that year. Both of the presidential nominees weren't born yet, and one couldn't vote for herself if she was, and the Ottoman Empire still existed. But one fact in particular struck Cubs center fielder Dexter Fowler. Sports writer Rainey Jezierli noted the first Cub to play in the World Series, Fowler, would not have been able to play for the Cubs in their last World Series because the league had not been integrated yet. Fowler retweeted this, adding, "Wow, speechless. Thanks for sharing this fact. I'll carry it with me." Powerful stuff. New York Giants kicker Josh Brown will not appeal his placement on the NFL commissioner exempt list. He was placed on the list after police records were released showing 8 separate incidents of domestic violence reported against Brown, whose wife said it should be 20. Among the reports was a journal entry written by Brown stating plainly, "I abused my wife." And the league knew this was going on for years. Giants co-owner John Mara knew team security had to defend Molly Brown from Josh during the Pro Bowl in January, and he admitted to past abuse when the Giants signed him to a 2-year, $4 million deal this past offseason. And this is the same John Mara that said during the Ray Rice abuse scandal that the Giants would have a zero-tolerance policy towards domestic violence. Goodell handing down a 1-game suspension for years of domestic violence just shows the league does not care about domestic abuse or women, and no amount of pink cleats is going to change that. To see the blatant hypocrisy of the league, you need only run back the tape on a 2014 domestic violence PSA featuring Eli Manning, the team captain now defending Josh Brown.
No more bystanding.
No more ignorance.
No more excuses. No more.
The Seahawks and Cardinals played the least eventful game of the year Sunday night, recording the lowest scoring overtime tie in NFL history. Not the kind of history you want to be making. All right, so this is not the game to watch if you're a fan of kickers. So both of you, avert your eyes. Let's look at the lowlights. Okay, so this blocked punt by the Seahawks was one of the 3 in the game and forced overtime. This is the closest thing we got to a touchdown in the game. David Johnson just barely missing the touchdown. Ref not given many points, but I'm sure the kicker will get it in on the no, he hit the post. Ridiculousness. There's Seahawks, Wagner hurdling the center, obviously bothering the kicker, and that miss obviously bothering Aaron's, the coach of the Cardinals. Hopefully Pete Carroll didn't get too many chuckles in because his kicker missed the whole net. Ooh, Pete Carroll does not look happy. Both teams have a lot to think about and correct for next game, but let's keep that image of bewildered Pete Carroll in our hearts forever. New England Patriots tight end and human golden retriever Rob Gronkowski is approaching history, and he's very excited about that. Gronk on Sunday against the Steelers recorded his 2nd touchdown of the season, putting him at 68 for his career with the Patriots, tying him with Stanley Morgan for the team record. Gronk said during a post-game interview that he was excited about getting one more than 68 touchdowns, and then giggled to himself. Never change, Gronk, never change. I'm Augie Vandeever, and that's it for sports this week. Back to you, Sean.